Breaking news, this just in. Canadian vlogger, Christmas list / journalist has been granted bail, people. I'm sure that's good news for him, his family and also loved ones. You get to me and say people, because you know for the last couple of days, Christmas list has been detained in Trinidad. You get to me and say, I'm going to hear what them want to say. It no matter in any form of country where they, you see me and say, being deprived of your freedom is not a good thing. Jail or jail, it no matter which country you're in. No jail can't feel good. They get to me and say people, yes man. Also we gonna listen a recording from the alleged Christmas list lawyer. Him explaining exactly why them arrested Christmas list and what was at risk for being exposed. You get to me? I say, all that time I want to come back, so I'm going to stay tuned. Do me a favor, if you're not yet a member of the gang, please do so right now while liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you haven't. You get to me and say, tell a friend, join the family, is it? I know that we got that all out of the way. Cue the intro.
Kaboom! You know it's Warlord representing what you know! The world I forget the stats you know. You know it's what you know, me there, and it's Warlord, Skystar leader. Kaboom! What you know?
Toys. You want to see toys? For real, we don't play out here. No play thing on the 8. Real thing. Sure. Real thing. Real thing. No play thing. Hard copper in your skin.
So people, that was one of the videos that led to Christmas list being detained, you know what I mean? So the authorities were saying that Christmas list was exploiting, you know, their country by going around in the garrisons and, you know, highlighting the fact that, you know, these gang culture, so to speak, is at odds. And promoting violence, you know what I mean, while the youth killing each other and him interviewing them and uploading it and getting paid for it or getting views, is not so a good look, you know what I mean. Meanwhile, Christmas is just saying he's just a man with a camera walking, you know what I mean, talking to the friendly people. He doesn't know who's a gang leader from who's not a gang leader, who is in a gang, or, you know, he's just interviewing people. Or talking to people everywhere he go, and he does this everywhere. But this is one of the videos that got him in trouble. You know what I mean? So, you know, today was the day of his bail hearing, or his court date, so to speak, to have a meeting with a judge, and you get to me and say they granted him bail. YouTube and blogger Christopher Hughs, better known online as Christmas List, was on Monday afternoon granted bail in the sum of $100,000 by a master of High Court. Hughs was taken into custody last Tuesday and charged on Wednesday evening under Section 4.1 of the Sedition Act. The charge stemmed from a video he posted on YouTube after a meeting with various alleged gang members in Trinidad, giving them a platform to showcase their firepower. Many of the gang members were brandishing high-powered weapons as they were interviewed by Hughs. This afternoon, Master Margaret Sukura Goswami granted bail to Hughs in the sum of $100,000 to be approved by the registered of the High Court or cash alternative of $10,000. The master also ordered that his passport that is currently in the possession of the Canadian High Commission be handed over to the High Court registered by noon tomorrow. Once he is able to access bail, Master Shukura Koswani directed that he reside at the home of attorney Kristen J. Williams in West Trinidad until he reappears in court on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Williams, who was seeking his legal interest since he was arrested yesterday, indicated to the court that while he was withdrawing himself from the matter, he had no issue with Hughs staying at his residence for only 2 days. Former Attorney General Anam Remlogan and Russell Warner appeared for Hughs during the hearing, while assisting Director of Public Prosecution Daniel Thompson appeared on behalf of the state. Yes, man, people. So, now you are going, Christmas is granted bail, So, he will be able to post that bail Thursday, 9 a.m., as I say, which is a good look. I get to me say, because you don't know the cold concrete, solitary confinement, Chris must want, yeah, lay down in a soft, nice bed after, like cartel say, I be a roach and ratacral pie, you see me, I say, yes, man. So now people are gonna play a voice note from the alleged, attorney for Christmas list, which he explains, the whole scenario surrounding Christmas list being, arrested, is me say, and being stopped from exposing, a whole lot of, corruption while going behind the scene. Is me say, yeah, him exposing $1 billion business, and that's not good for the billionaires. Get them answer people. So, on the pre-war go on.
Good day. My name is C.J. Williams or Christian J. Williams. I think I've now put together exactly why Christmas has been locked up and figured out why it is I am his attorney. It's because of information. Remember, Chris said he had information on 2 corrupt politicians that wants to kill him. I can say, to date, the TTPS service has not investigated that allegation. Because once you start to expose guns, that's $1 billion sector. I see this name Global Affairs being touted around. Global Affairs, from my little research, I cannot speak on their behalf, but I know that their sector is about $7.1 billion also. Now, the information I know affects the energy sector of not just Trinidad and Tobago, but probably of the United Nations Secretary General Office itself. And most definitely affects not just local national security, international world security for the Office of the UN itself. So my sector, the information we have, that's probably about $3 to $9 billion in Trinidad. So okay, then they touched one of my women. No, scratch that. They touched Yesenia Gonzalez. 2 police officers, or 2 persons purporting to be police officers, went to Yesenia's house. They beat her, threatened her life. Because why? Yesenia Gonzalez may also have information. And her information definitely touches the drugs trade, the guns trade, and the vulnerable persons globally, women and children, something I'm also very sure is dear to the Secretary General of the United Nations himself. So that's also $1 billion sector. Then, what I can also say is that on the 24th of May in Barbados, I was invited to be part of the future CEOs of the world, also the United Nations. 25 persons were there at this roundtable meeting. At least 5 Trinidadians. So what I know, they also know. So it's not just myself, Yesenia, Chris. It will also be the 5 other Trinidadians who sat down at that $1 billion table with me in Barbados. All of y'all also know what I know, or parts of it. quite frankly. So, now they know that this whole thing ties into the ambition of the United Nations Secretary General himself to ensure we guard against climate change, we guard against political corruption, and we use our energy resources wisely, effectively, and in a clean manner. So after having come back and sat down on that $1 billion table, or 25 persons actually, what did you go back to your sector and do? I know what I did. We went Seagulls, Young Brothers, the whole Seagulls community. Thank you very much for Saturday. We made it pop. They sang for the United Nations Secretary General himself to come to Trinidad. They asked me to get married to this girl. But yeah, so it got worse because why? Then we see old TTPS tricks being done. Firstly, when my client was arrested, I can say that the normal processes, well, no due process was afforded. His fundamental human rights were contravened. Then misinformation is put in the public domain that can result in either his death, my death, Yesina's death, for sure, at the hands of the two officers who tried to set up Alex with that part of a story and the subsequent retraction. Now, A, the publication of that story, I think it may be seditious, but certainly the accuracy of it was not checked out. B, the effect of it can be calculated. C, I do hope and wish that someone does an investigation into the publication of that report, and the two officers who gave the Express that report, they be investigated for sedition. Secondly, all mainstream media paper houses that put out misinformation about Christmas, that's also really, really bad. I'd like to invite the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago to please comment. Thirdly, now to further information. 4 wise men from Special Branch came to my office on Friday. Then I stopped speaking. But I realized now that the information I gave them, they did not proceed with it. Because they explained to me that their organization really and truly is under the power of the Prime Minister's office, which I accept, and that of the President. Then, after speaking to them on Friday, then the TTPS is responsible for misinformation about Chris, and I get certain phone calls. Okay, no problem. So I speak to my international people. They say, CJ, this is really bad. I said, don't worry. I must have faith in some institution in my country. I go back to Special Branch today. I speak to an officer, fine. I give him information, fine. I asked to speak to the president. He asked me why. I said, because hopefully that is the last office I can trust. Because for the past 4 months, I've given a good bit of officers and persons and probably politicians information, and nothing has been done. Okay. So I really hope that my request to speak to the president is granted. Why? Because the information that Yesina, myself, Chris has, as well as the 5 persons who attended that Global Trade Conference in Barbados with me, That's like over $1 billion in information. That really and truly is about world security, which will transcend to Trinidad's security, as well as the small island development states community, quite frankly. So, what I really hope is that my request to speak to the president is granted before I go to court with Mr. Christmas, please. To the guy in Special Branch, I'm humbly asking so. To the guy in Special Branch today, I told you not all my information, but a lot of information that should have you concerned. And the thing is, to the 3 other police officers who came and say CJ sedition, that's CJ sedition, that, to do what? Shut me up? It could be Christmas today, or with Christian tomorrow. No. I believe in being free, in the land of the free, in a democratic society.
Yes, man, people. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. You get to me and say, yes, man. And thanks for watching until the end of the video. You see me and say, like, always like, comment, share the notification bell for further updates and videos. Banging, watch it out.